Son of God, Part 1. The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet, Behold, I send my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare your way. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, Make ready the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Mark 1 verse 1 to 3. It is clear from Mark that who he is writing about is not just a man, a hero, or a philosopher, but a Son of God. This he emphasizes by quoting the prophets who prophesied about the coming of the Lord. Isaiah 40 verse 3 says, A voice is calling, Clear the way for the Lord in the wilderness, make smooth in the desert a highway for our God. According to Isaiah, Yahweh, Lord, was coming, and there was a march which was regarded as that of Yahweh as a king. At the head of his people, to prepare the way of Yahweh was to prepare for his march as the head of his people. It meant that God was about to come to his people and redeem them. However, Yahweh did not come as they have imagined. The person who came did not come in a manner representing a God. This was narrated by Matthew 3 verse 3 and Luke 3 verse 4, that the person who did come and was spearheaded by the messenger who was the voice of a human being known as Jesus of Nazareth. John 1 verse 29 to 34 reads, The next day he saw Jesus coming to him and said, Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. This is he on behalf of whom I said, After me comes a man who has a higher rank than I, for he existed before me. I did not recognize him, but so that he might be manifested to Israel. I came baptizing in water. John testified, saying, I have seen the Spirit descending as a dove out of heaven, and he remained upon him. I did not recognize him, but he who sent me to baptize in water said to me, He upon whom you see the Spirit descending and remaining upon him, this is the one who baptizes in the Holy Spirit. I myself have seen and have testified that this is the Son of God. Humanity did not realize that God has stepped into time. Even John, who was the messenger and the voice spearheading the Lord, did not recognize him because he came in the form of a servant. God became flesh. The Son of God theology in the first chapter of Mark is contextually understood to be pointing us to Yahweh, who was prophesied by Isaiah and Malachi to be coming to earth. Hence John noted that he was higher in rank and has existed before him even though they were born during the same year. Although humanity did not recognize him, the spiritual realm did. This is another proof that Jesus was not just a mere man. He pre-existed and his reputation was known beyond the physical realm. For example, Peter receives a revelation from the Father. Simon Peter answered, You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus said to him, Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, because flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. Matthew 16 verse 16 to 17. It was not only the Father who knew about him, even spirits knew his identity. Mark 3 verse 11. Whenever the unclean spirits saw him, they would fall down before him and shout, You are the Son of God. Matthew 8 verse 29. And they cried out saying, What business do we have with each other, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before time? These spirits are asking whether Jesus has come to torment them before time because they know that their identity involves Jesus judging them. Jesus is revealed as a superior Son who executes judgment on behalf of the Father and judges over all spirits. They do not only recognize Jesus as the Son of God, but as the Son of God who executes judgment upon all spirits.